Okay, we're doing the rewrite Mach 1. Beautiful. Okay, and it's just a series of questions I came up with. One of the things I'm going to be playing on is the fact that I actually review films, so I'm going to probably be doing some movie questions, etc., etc., etc. Anyway, off we go. Let's kick things off with the choice here. Do you trust AI? Sure, as if my life depended on it, or no chance in hell. So if you said sure, AI can sure be useful until it becomes sentient, then we're all screwed. If no chance, you must hate technology. I guess you still write checks to bemoan the lack of video stores. Alright, I think I may need to shrink this a little bit. Yeah, probably need to shrink it a little because... Alright, that works. Anyway, do I maybe need to shrink my video as well? Maybe... Okay, I guess I can't get my picture off. I was going to try to shrink it a little bit. It doesn't work though, the way I'm hoping for it. Maybe we hit the unlock button. Maybe that'll work. Yeah, there you go. All right, shrink it back a little bit. That way you could actually get a better chance to look at the questions and stuff. Anyway, on to the game itself. He remembers when you don't know Jack, we're on CD-ROMs. It's tickets, please. Hey there! It looks like AI is here to stay for better or worse. Whether you embrace it or flat out fear it, artificial intelligence is here to make our lives better. Or so they claim. The truth is probably somewhere in between. There'll be nothing artificial about the intelligence I'll be testing on this for, so hurry up before they create Watson 2 to take this quiz. It's time for the first question. Please pick a dollar amount. And... in all due respect, one of the things I hadn't really worked on is the clever lines for the good and bad amount. So I'll go with a bad one here. Man, that just looked sad. Sad and pitiful. This question has been terminated. Obviously, we're talking about the Terminator series and its dealings with the evil Skynet. Which causes me to think, in Terminator 2 Judgment Day, when is Judgment Day? When is the world supposed to end? Is it October 26, 1984? August 29th, 1997? October 10, 2017? Or May 1st, 2029? If you don't have SPF 100 or a Fallout shoulder, you're toast. Terminator 2, back when blockbusters could be blockbusters, they didn't require Julian reboots to confuse the 90% of us who hadn't seen every single film. Please pick a dollar amount in a category. Alright, honestly, that is okay. Could be better, could be a lot worse. Sorry, Dave, I didn't do that. Alright, it's time for at least one more movie question before the Jack attack. Anyway, the title of the question is referring to HAL 9000 2001 A Space Odyssey. Apparently, HAL 9000 has been a very naughty android. What crime didn't HAL 9000 do on the Discovery 1? Turns off the life support of crewmen, locks out an astronaut, kills people with giant robots, or separates an astronaut from a life pod. You were aware that you're supposed to give me the right answer, correct? Yeah. Let me... that way, so you don't have to sweat it anymore, let me give you what the correct answer was supposed to be. Believe it or not, Killing people with giant robots is something that happened in 1999's Fires with Jamie Lee Curtis and Donald Sutherland, an obscure horror film with an alien villain known as the Intelligence. And this will be the only time that Virus in 2001 will be brought up in the same sentence or question ever. Please pick a category and a dollar amount. You know, I like to kick things old school, and what's better old school than this or that? Let's give you the correct category title for this one. It's a feature, not a bug. Alright, I'm going to give you 7 things, and you must decide whether it happened in Megan or in the original Child's Play. For Megan, pick 1. For Child's Play, pick 2. Pick 4 to skip, but be aware, once that time runs out, any unanswered questions count as being wrong. So use those 30 seconds wisely. And away we go. Features artificial intelligence. Megan. Features the soul of a serial killer. Child's Play. Rips a boy's ear off. Sprays pesticide on a nosy neighbor. Kills a former cohort with a gas explosion. Demands its owner wash their hands a jillion times. Does a viral dance before killing 2 people. No, it's not Child's Play, but at least you can dance to it. Let's look at your current score. Do you like it? Great. Don't like it? You got time to turn it around, or make it look a lot worse. Why don't you go ahead and pick a dollar amount? AI is the law. Alright, it's time to step away from film for a while as we take a look at science fiction writer Isaac Asimov as he focused on robots. So what is not one of the 3 laws? Cannot harm a human being directly or indirectly. Must obey any orders as long as it doesn't lead to harm or on humanity. A robot must follow their dreams as long as it doesn't harm others. A robot must protect its own existence as long as it obeys and protects human life. Beautiful. Following dreams is not one of the 3 laws, but Asimov did create a robot in a short story called Cal that ignored those 3 laws so he could follow his dreams to be a writer. And you know, I'm okay with that as long as Cal doesn't discover Reddit. Why don't you pick a dollar amount in a category? It's time to plug in, tune out, and answer this question. Loss in communication. Now, most of us won't be able to play robots or top-flight AI systems, but what we can do is make our lives easier using digital assistants, as long as the different programs can understand what we're saying. Say, I want to tell Apple to tell Amazon to dim the lights and play some music. What would be the correct way to get this accomplished? Cortana, tell Alice to dim the lights and play music. Siri, tell Alexa to dim the lights and play music. Bixby, tell Minecraft to dim the lights and play music. Alexa, tell Siri to dim the lights and play music. Don't go there, it's wrong. Alright, time to reveal the correct answer to that one. Siri is Apple's digital assistant and Alexa is Amazon's. I'm fine with letting digital assistants make my life a little easier as long as they talk to each other. But what if there's a Cold War? Well, that might explain how Skynet got started. Why don't you pick a question and a dollar amount now? What is a champion? It's time. 3, 2, 1. Let's launch this one from orbit. IBM Watson was created in 2006 to play Jeopardy with champions Ken Jennings and Brad Ruder. In 2011, Watson would beat both of them commandingly. So what's Watson doing now? What is teaching class? What is diagnosing cancer? What is practicing law? What is writing trivia questions? Elementary. That answer was elementary. Shortly after beating Jeopardy with the champions and members of Congress, Watson was dispatched by IBM to help doctors make informed decisions with lung cancer treatments. As of 2023, it's headquartered in Ann Arbor with spots in Ireland and India. I'm going to guess he hasn't yet found a way to make medicine affordable. Go ahead and pick a category and dollar amount, please. Welcome to the category that turns us all into time travelers. When did it happen? The category is check and mate. The event is Deep Blue beating chess champion Garry Kasparov. I'll give you 7 events. You tell me whether it happened before Deep Blue's winning, after the games, or not at all. The amount you see here will be added to your score if you're correct, and taken away each time you're wrong. And off we go. Isaac Asimov releases iRobot. Before. Japan spends $850 million on the 5th generation computer project. Before. Hasbus sells DeepMind to Google. After. An android becomes CEO of a tech company? Never happened. ChatGPT is launched. After. Small Wonder debuts on TV. Before. Robopocalypse debuts. After. And that's it. Take a look at your score. Hopefully you like what you see here. Well, take a picture might last longer. Let's get back to the game. Alright, it's time for you to choose a dollar amount in a category. To live, to become human. It's time to dive right into the question. In Detroit Become Human, who could actually pass a Turing test? Connor, Hank, Kara, or Marcus? Nicely done. Congratulations, you found a human. Hank is a Detroit police lieutenant that helps Connor with an outbreak of deviance. To be fair, I'd probably be driven to drink if I was a supporting character in an android-heavy game as well. Anyway, it's time to pick a category and a dollar amount. On your mark, get set, and answer. The category is reinventing the game. The game in this case would be baseball. As it turns out, artificial intelligence is also affecting how managers and players look at the game of baseball. So, what can AI do in baseball? Negotiate salary, call strikes, evaluate players, or rethink strategy. In the words of the great philosopher, no. Alright, let's reveal the correct answer. Although a robo-ump has been used to success in the 2025 preseason, improved scouting and projecting of players, and used data to inform managers of the best sort of strategy, there hasn't been an AI program to negotiate salary with players. And that's probably a good thing, particularly if you remember IBM Watson's odd wagers on the Daily Doubles and Jeopardy. Why don't you pick a dollar amount and a category now? How much do you tip a robot server? It's time to open the door and see what the question is. In Japan, there is the Avatar Robot Cafe where the polite robot waiters take your orders at an upscale, if unusual place. It leaves me thinking, what can't you order at the Avatar? Shrimp and avocado sandwich, margarita pizza, cheesecake, or cappuccino? Salud. Although the cafe has lattes, mochas, and espresso, there is no cappuccino served. Presumably because the cafe doesn't want its patrons to get nervous. That's how wars start. This Jack attack is now online. I'm going to give you 7 answers and you pick the right one to win cash. Pick wrong and you lose it. But you must remember the clue. Oh, hello, robot. I hope you know your robot names. If you don't, this may be a score to forget. Anyway, let's get going. K9 would be Doctor Who. Gord, the day the earth stood still. Johnny 5, Short Circuit. Bender, Futurama. Andrew, Bicentennial Man. Roz, the Wild Robot. Baymax, Big Hero 6. All right, that was fine. Let's see what the Jack attacks did to your score. Honestly, that's perfectly acceptable. However, nobody is going to remember that score in 4 years, as it will be lost in time like tears in the rain. Okay, yeah, that works. That, in case you're wondering, that concludes this episode of the Reride Mach 1. If you like what you saw here, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment in the section below, and spread that word. This is Sick and Squeeze Gaming, and that arcade is now closed. Okay, now it is time to try to find somebody to raid. Because we've had good time, but, it's time to end this.